If you're looking to get a better grasp of your prioritization process, then you've come to the perfect place, so welcome. Foxly was developed for anyone who works with issues in Jira, so that's where we'll start. You'll find Foxly located in the Projects menu, which means that you can access it through whatever Jira project you're currently working on. So pick a project. In this case, we've chosen to demo the marketing team project. On the left side menu, you'll find a tab called Priorities. Once you click on Priorities, your Priorities table will show up. This is where you'll find all the issues related to the project you chose. Remember, every project you have in Jira will have this Priorities tab associated with it. You'll notice that the ICE prioritization template is set by default for all projects. In order to change this prioritization method, click on Customize at the top right of your screen. Then, choose your template from a list of 5 predefined template names. First is ICE, a prioritization method best suited for growth experiments, marketing projects, and basically all product backlogs that can't be quantified because of a lack of data. It uses impact, effort, and confidence to calculate your priority score. Next on the list is RICE, which is used in product backlogs when data is available regarding the number of people you'll be reaching. RICE takes into consideration reach, impact, confidence, and effort. The third template is WSJF, or weighted shortest job first, and is usually used for scaled agile frameworks in bigger companies that are trying to quantify the level of financial impact of not finishing a certain task or implementing the solution sooner than later. It's called cost of delay and calculated based on business value, time criticality, risk reduction, and estimated size. The next prioritization method is value versus effort, and it's the simplest one. It takes into consideration the value your priority is going to deliver and the effort it's going to take. This method is especially good for the priority matrix. And finally, the quick wins method was developed by us at Jexo and goes beyond the traditional approach of the high impact, low effort quadrant of the matrix. It adds a health score, which looks at the feasibility of delivering an item, team size needed to complete the job, and the type of win it is. You can choose the template you want to work with, then save changes at the bottom. If you want to know more about any of these 5 predefined prioritization templates, make sure to check out our Foxly documentation. Now that you've selected your prioritization method, let's start prioritizing. First things first, let's get the right view of your backlog, and for that, you'll be using filters. With Foxly, you can filter by issue type to prioritize your stories, for example, or you can filter by status, label, version, and so on. You get the gist. And if these filters still won't cut it, use the advanced JQL filters by clicking on Switch to JQL and get the view you need. And if at any point you wish to go back to your previous filters, click on Switch to Basic. Once you've got the right view, start assigning the metrics. Here in the demo, we used RICE and allocated a star system to impact, where more stars mean higher impact. As for effort, we used tables that go from extra small to extra large. For reach, we used a number between 0 and 10, and finally, we assigned the labels low, medium, and high for confidence. Once you're done filling the metrics, keep in mind that all metrics are customizable, a score will be automatically calculated for that priority. So once you've gone through this process for every item in your backlog, you can then order the items from highest to lowest priority scores. You might want to consider picking up the top priorities in your list and discarding the bottom ones. Also, you can order your priorities based on the metrics. So say you're looking for the items that are easiest to deliver, or that have the highest reach, and so on. You can analyze priorities by visualizing them in the priority matrix. And for that, all you need to do is click on Priority Matrix at the top right of your screen. You can then plot your values in the chart to view your items in the quadrants. If you hover over any of the priority circles, you'll find all the information you need to know about that ticket, such as the ticket number, name, and metric values. Also, in case you have big backlogs with 200 or more items, the priority matrix gets messy, which is why we created tables showcasing all your priority quadrants on their own and their respective issues under each table. You can further click on View in Issue Navigator to see a detailed list of the issues under that quadrant, which you can then view individually individually and edit if you wish to do so. This is pretty much what you need to know to kickstart your Foxly app. But we won't leave it at just that without mentioning some amazing perks you get by using Foxly. You can custom create your own project prioritization template with your own choice of metrics, and you can edit one of the 5 predefined templates by customizing its metrics to fit your needs. You can standardize any prioritization template you create to be used across multiple projects instead of having to create a template every time you start a project. Perk number 3, but technically number 1, Foxly is so well integrated with Jira that it allows you to play around quite a bit. So say you're working on something in Kanban and you want to access the priority score inside an issue. Not only can you access it directly from the issue itself, but also edit the metric from there. Plus, everyone on your team is now aware of how a priority score was assigned. Also, you can show the priority score and other information directly in your backlog and Kanban cards, and search issues by priority score or metric value. And last but not least, thanks to Foxly, you can now include the priority score and metric values in your Jira automation workflow. For more on that, check out our documentation. We really hope you enjoy Foxly, and please don't hesitate to get in touch if you have any questions or want to know more about a specific feature. You can also visit our Foxly documentation page or write us in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you in our next video.